Hello everyone, it is Juliet here today with another pack tutorial video. This one is on animating packs. So today I will be teaching you how to animate textures like this one. So before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe because I want to hit YouTube rank so that I can spam into lobbies on Hypixel. Also, if you need help on anything else involving with textures, I have a tutorial on swords, armor, GUIs, skies, and tools that you can also check out if you're struggling with those things. Things you'll need for this tutorial are GIMP and Minecraft. You can also use other drawing programs of your choosing like Paint.net or Pixlr. So let's get right into the tutorial. So I'm going to be opening up GIMP, and for this tutorial I'm going to be using a different texture pack than I always do, mostly because I just don't like the one that I've been making, and like I started it like a few months ago, so since I don't like it anymore, but I'm just going to be opening up this I don't know how fun this is a new pack. Okay, so I've opened up my palette. Always open up your palette if you have one, I bet you do. Now we're animating something, so I guess we don't really necessarily need a palette, but you know, it's always good to have it open. Next, I'm going to open whatever I want to animate. So I'm going to animate the ores in this texture pack that I've made. So I'm going to go to Assets, Minecraft, Textures, Items. I'm going to find whatever I want to animate. So in this case, I want to animate my diamond, emerald, iron ore, and gold ore. So I'm just going to click on diamond, and then I'm going to press control when I want to click on the next thing. And then it'll select them both at the same time. So then I have my emerald and diamond selected. And then I'm going to go to my iron, my gold ingot, and then control click that, and then control click my iron ingot. I'm going to open them. Okay, so I made these cute little things, and I'm just gonna scrolling onto them with control and my scroll wheel. You can also press Z and that will zoom you in, and then control and it'll zoom you out when you are on Z, but I just like to use my scroll wheel. So now we have our little diamond. Now I haven't done a tutorial on how to make ores, but it's pretty self-explanatory, but I will in the future. I just feel like animating is probably what I get more questions on than ores, so. But I have everything opened, and then basically what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna go to File and then New. And then you're going to decide how long you want your animation to be. So this thing right here is 16 pixels by 16 pixels. Now you're not going to want to change the width at all. The width is this side right here. See, like this one, this top side, okay? You don't want to change the width, but you do want to change the height. So let's just think about how many frames I want on my little image for my diamond ore. So basically I want mine to just like kind of look like a little shine that goes through it. So let's do 16 at 16 times whatever number, however many frames you want. Let's say I want 8 frames. So we're going to do 16 times 8 on my calculator because I'm not that smart. And then that's 128. I'm going to press OK. And now I have this many frames. Now this is probably not enough for what I'm doing. So, but that's all right. I'm just going to make a new one because I realized that that's not actually how many I want. The more frames, the better, honestly, but whatever you want. I'm actually going to do 16 times 12, which is 192. That's like this much. Then I'm going to do Control X, and that'll delete all the color on there. And then I'm going to create a new layer by going down to this right hand corner and pressing this little plus thingy, and then okay. And there we are. We have a layer that we can draw on. See? Ooh. A very important thing about animating is you need everything to be on the same like on the right, correct, proper like layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my little diamond, I'm gonna add a new layer, and then I'm going to get some random color, I'll just say black, and outline the box that's like around this. Okay, so I'm going to outline this 16x box, so it should be 16x this side, 16x this side, or the 16 pixels over here and 16 pixels over here. And then I'm going to copy and paste that, and so when I copy and paste, it will not copy and paste this diamond, it'll just copy and paste the outline because this outline is on a separate layer. And then I'm going to paste it onto this little like long thing that we've made, if that makes sense. And then move it all the way to the top, no edges left, okay? Then you're going to paste another one of those, and you're just going to like put them back to back from each other so you know exactly where your frames are. Another thing I like to do is I like to, when I get like 3 or something, I like to Control C, Control V, so that's copying and pasting, and then put it like this because it just makes it a lot easier to get more boxes at the same time done. But just make sure that you're putting them on the right spots because this is very important. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm creating the separate frames. So when you have your animation, it will go through these frames that you made, kind of like a movie strip, like back in the day. So like if I put like a little dot here and then a little dot there, then it'll go this one to this one, like so. Okay, so now we just have these moved, and I do this too also just so that I can get everything correctly, so that if I wanted a heart like this, and a heart like this, that they're on the same level, not like, I actually put one like way too high so that like I know where it's supposed to go. I'm gonna make a new layer. The reason I'm making a new layer in this case is just so that I can easily remove the bottom layer without having to remove the top layer. And then I'm going to copy and paste my diamond, being on the diamond layer and doing that, and then pasting it onto the right side of the frame. Just for accuracy, count how many like little boxes we have between the bottom of the diamond and the bottom of like this little frame. So that's technically 3, but since I have this little outline, it's 2, and then at the top it is 2 as well. So right here, if I move it up 1, then it's 2 at the top and then 2 at the bottom. Nice. And then I'm going to copy and paste all of these to every single one of our 12 layers, making sure that they are on the right, like they're 2 bottom, 2 top. Now yours is probably going to look different than mine because you have probably a different shape, but just make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Like that all of them are the same amount from the top and the same amount from the bottom. An easy way to do this is go put your thing all the way to the bottom and then click your arrow keys, 1, 2. So if it's like 3, then you just click 3 times, and if it's 4, you click 4 times or whatever. But I click it 2 times, and then that's just very easy in getting it all to the place it's supposed to be. So now we have all my little baby diamonds on the frames they're supposed to be, and now we can start animating. Get a new layer. A new layer is really important for this, just so that like if you happen to mess up, then you can just like, get rid of it, and you don't have to ruin the work that's underneath. Also, sometimes I like to like put like a glint across like that or something, and then change the opacity of the layer, which if it is on this layer and I try to change the opacity, then it'll change the opacity of the whole thing. So that's not really very convenient. So on this new layer, we're going to just make whatever kind of thing I want. So I always skip the first little diamond because if somebody turns off animations on Minecraft and they have something that has like a little like glint on it, then that'll be like what they see instead of, since they're not seeing the animation, they'll just like see that, and I don't know, I don't really like it. So I'm going to skip the first one, and then I am going to do the next one. So a really simple one is just like making a little white dot that goes like across the whole thing. So it goes like that or like this, and then the second one is like that, which it looks really cute. So I'll just do that for you guys. I mean, it's really simple. You just move the pixels across. So like I did the first 2, I did the second 2. Now I'm going to do the 4th and the 5th and 6th. I'll box the top 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just gonna make it kind of go diagonal. If you're wondering how I make these like lines that like that, so basically I press on wherever I want to go, and then I press shift and then press, and then it'll make a little line. So it's really convenient for when I have this and then like I know where it's supposed to go like that. So whoa, that looks pretty cool, and I'm just gonna continue this and then I'll come back when it's all finished. So there, we have a little animation, and you're probably wondering, oh, Juliet, you have so many little empty ones. Well, that's alright, because that means that, at least for this one, like I kind of like doing animations like this, because it means that like the little sparkle will only come sometimes, and that there is just a plain diamond version of it. So basically, you're just gonna do Control-Shift-E, and go into your pack, assets, Minecraft, textures, items, and then you're gonna name this diamond.png, and then export. But this is not the end, okay guys? This is not it. You're then gonna find your texture pack, which is, I don't know, have fun, that's what mine's called at the moment. And you're gonna open it up, and then you're gonna go to your assets, and you're gonna go to your textures, like your items, like I did before. And I have all these little textures. So you're gonna go to your clock, which everyone should have. If you don't have a clock, then you have a compass probably. Take your compass or your clock. So let's just copy and paste my compass.png mcmeta. This is really important. Most texture packs have a clock that already has one of these, or a compass that already has one of these, because regular Minecraft textures, compasses, and clocks are animated. So you're going to copy and paste the compass to your desktop, and then you're going to right click, rename, and rename compass right here, this compass, but do not get rid of any of the .png or .mcmeta, and name it diamond. So now you should have a file named diamond.png.mcmeta, and then put it into your folder, and then X out, and then we're going to put this file into Minecraft. So open up Minecraft, go to settings, resource packs, and open resource packs. And then put your file, which mine is called I don't have fun, or wait, I don't have fun, and then put it in here. I already have some textures in here, but then we're going to put this over, press done, and here's a little texture pack. You're gonna go into my world, and look at what we did. So if I go over here to where I have my little diamonds and things, I have this little diamond that has this cute little animation on it, which is adorable. I'll show you guys how to do some other animations as well. But basically that's it. Animating is actually super easy. So if you think it's kind of daunting, then like don't be afraid. I made this little animation. I made this animation for this little pack. Look at this, it's a little fireball. And then I've made this one, which is this is a sphere, but dancing. I also have one that's a slime ball, but dancing. I also have this little thing that I don't know if anyone noticed, my brick animation. I put this in every pack. I don't know why. It's beautiful. Okay, but I'm going to teach you how to do some other kind of styles of animation, or like styles of things you can do for like ores specifically for like making a little thing. Also, if you find that this texture, like this little thing, is too fast, then what I normally do is I just add more like files of just the regular diamond texture. I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to get out and I'm going to go back into GIMP. So here we are back in GIMP, and I feel like my animation is too fast. So this is 12 textures, so I'm going to do 16 times 16, which is 256. I'm going to open a new file. I'm going to keep the height, I'm going to keep the width 16x, and then I'm going to change the height to 256. I'm going to press OK. And then I'm going to do Control X so that I can get off that layer and then open a new layer. And then with this, I'm going to take this little file that I unsaw, and then I'm going to copy and paste it just so that I can get all my frames in the right place. I'm going to copy and paste these 4 at the bottom since I have 4 left, and then do that. Nice job. Then I'm going to open a new layer, and then I'm going to copy and paste the diamonds I have and put them in the right place. I'm going to put them up at the top, 1, 2, and then I am going to copy and paste 4 of these diamonds and then also put them in these little frames and make sure that they are in the right row. Then I get a new layer, and I don't usually put them in separate layers, so I don't need to, but I'm going to for this tutorial. I'm going to copy and paste my little sparkle that I've made. Make sure that it is on the right part of the diamond, like that. Nice job. And then I'm going to save this as the diamond, and it will be a little slower since there are more frames it has to go through. So I'm going to do Control-Shift-E and then save it as diamond.png. Now you do not need to go and make a new MC Manifolder file. It already works. So if you just go into game, this should work as an animation. So let's look at that. So now we have this animation that's a bit slower, and personally I like it a bit better. Look, because it's just not as like you know, it's more like you know? So now I'm going to show you a different kind of like effect you can do, but I'll do it on the emerald this time since I have already done it on the diamond. Okay, so now that I've found like kind of a like width that I like, or like a kind of format that I like for my diamonds and the shape, I'm going to make a new file, and it's going to be the same size as the diamond one I made. And I'm just going to open a new layer, exit out like I did before. And then I'm going to take the same layer at the bottom with all the frames, separating the frames, and I'm going to copy and paste that and paste it onto my new file. And then I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to do something crazy, which is copy and paste the diamonds. You hear me? The diamonds onto this file, like so. And then since in this pack specifically, the diamonds are shaped the same as the emerald is shaped the same as the diamonds, I can just copy and paste by Control-C and Control-V. I can copy and paste the shape onto this one. So that's why you always gotta check, okay everyone? And the way I went back to these, like to selecting them, is I press Control-Z. And then I do Control-V to put on my emerald. And there we go. Since they're the same shape, I can just go over them. And usually what I do for texture packs is I'll just like go into the diamond one, and then I'll just like save the glint for this one, and then I'll just copy and paste it over to the emerald one. It's kind of cheating, but like not really, because you're just making it easier for yourself. So I'm just going to copy and paste all these emeralds onto their specific locations, like so, and then I'm going to create a new layer. Now if you're making these all the same glint, like if you found some diamond glint that you like, then I would just copy and paste it onto this one. And then when you're doing like let's say the little gold ingot, you need to make sure that they are like the same amount of frames, and that when the sparkle ends on the diamond, that it will end on the gold too, because it's like when they're in your hand and one doesn't end but the other does, it looks kind of weird. I don't know, I just find it looks better if you make all the glints end, like start and end at the same time. Okay, so now that we're here and I'm on a new layer, I will show how to make some other kind of glint that I do, which looks pretty nice. So you can just do 2 again in white and then lower the opacity a bit, which looks nice. Or you can put the opacity up and press a different mode, like overlay, like soft light, and that'll look fun. Now I'm kind of on the wrong side of the diamond here. I'm on the really shiny part, so let me show you this, but more on the darker side. Like so, those look kind of cute. And you can also make them like 3 instead of 2, which will make your animation go a lot faster. Or you can make it like 1, just one little row across. So that looks fun, you know? You can also do fun kind of animations. Animations are not limited to just like making a shine go across. This is just one of the simplest kinds of animations. Let's like do something fun. Like let's make what do I want this emerald to do? Here, let's make the emerald change color. This is one of the simplest things. So what I always do is just so that I can make, like, as I was talking before, make them all the same like time frame. I'm going to put a little like line across this one, a line across where the frame ends, and then I'm going to copy and paste that file again and then put it on where my frames are, just to make sure I know where it ends, because it's always better to know that. Okay, so now a little sparkle layer, I'm going to try and make them change color. I've seen Akuna do this and it's really fun. So I'm actually not going to be on the sparkle layer. I'm going to be on the diamond, like the emerald layer. And I'm going to select which emerald I want. So I'm going to keep the first one the same. And then I'm going to go to colors, hue and saturation, and slightly change the hue. So to be even, let's make it 0.1 perhaps? Okay, maybe that's a little too slow. Let's make it 0.5. What if I make it 1? What if I make it 5? What if I make it 10? Okay, that did change it slightly. So let's move it up by 10 each time perhaps. So that's 10. And then here's 20. Oh, that's cute. Just remember which one you were on first of all. 30. Okay. This is very slow, I feel like. But also, so if we want it to end here, then we're going to want it to go back too. So let me select the one that's at the last animation. And I'm going to make that 10. 10. Hello? 10. And then 20. This is gonna be so subtle. My apologies. 30. I feel like I might look cute though. And then right in the middle would be 40. 40. So that changed a little bit. I want to see how this looks in game, but I think I'm gonna do one that I'm gonna change it more because I feel like this is gonna be so subtle. But so unsee the bottom layer, and then do Control-Shift-E, and then save this as emerald.png. And so now we're going to need to make, like we did with the diamond one, we're going to need to make one for the emeralds, like an MC meta file. So go to I don't know, have fun, or whatever your pack is called. Go into your items folder. Copy and paste the diamond.png.mcmeta or whatever other file and rename it. You just need it to be a .png.mcmeta file, and then rename it to emerald, and then place it into here. Make sure you spelled it right, because I feel like I did not. No, I did. Fine. So now we're gonna go into Minecraft. Buggers. Now that we're in game, we can see it kind of change color a bit. Look, that's kind of cute though. Wait, it's kind of cute. I think I want to show one that's a bit longer of it changing color, because this one's a bit short. So I don't think I'm going to keep it even with this one, but I normally would not have the emerald and diamond, especially if they're the same shape, have different kinds of like animations to them. So I'm going to do this one, but just a little bit longer, and it'll just be different. So now what I'm going to do, since we're changing it to be like a bit longer, is I'm going to copy and paste this, because I believe this is where I changed it. Copy and paste it and put it all the way to the second part of the bottom, because see, I want this one to be the original. So you have those, and then we're gonna copy and paste the ones that are the original, because I want the ones I changed to be the same now that I'm gonna be redoing it. Okay, those are pretty even, I think, right? So 1 2 3 4 5, and then 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I believe we ended up at 40. So let's go to this one. Let's go to hue and saturation, and then change it to 50. I think that's where we're at. I don't even know. And then I'm gonna change that for the bottom one, or like the one that's next one. This might be a little out of order. My apologies. Okay, we got 50, and then I'm gonna go to the one above it, and then we're gonna change this one to 60, and then I'm gonna change this one to 60, and then this one to 70, and then this one to 70. And now finally right here we have like a different color. This is what a lot of people do for recolors, by the way. So if you're recoloring a pack, this is a really easy way to recolor things. But here's our little animation from like a nice like yellowy orange yellowy green to a blue. So then I'm just going to Control-Shift-E export this as emerald.png. Look at how fun this is. This is so fun. I love this. Now it changes kind of quickly, so I think I want to add a bit like more layers to it to make it like slower. But you can always just duplicate layers and put them after each other, and then that'll make it slower. Does that make sense? But look at that. We have our little change in colored emerald. So for the final animation for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you guys how to make something just random, like something that changes. Since I've showed you how to make something that changes color and something that is just like has a nice little glint over it, I'm just going to show you how to make something like move. I don't know. Why not? So for this part of the tutorial, I'm just going to open something random. I'm just going to go File, Open, and then I'm already in the items folder of I don't know, have fun. So I'm just going to grab something that like nobody uses in Minecraft, or like maybe something people kind of use in Minecraft. Like I've already done the fireball in this pack, so I'm going to open up the ender pearl, and a lot of people like to make them like blink, which is really fun. So I'm just going to open up another one of these files because 16 is like a nice amount. So I'm just doing the same how I've been doing it, and then I'm gonna get the little frame thing, copy paste it, make sure that it is in the right frame, and then open a new layer, and then copy and paste my eye. So this goes like right in this corner over here. For this tutorial, I'm just gonna keep the eye the same, because let's just say you want to do something fun with your pack. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to keep it the same for the first one, and then I'm going to copy and paste it, make it different for this one. So we're going to make it come alive, or maybe make the eye move or something. So since I'm just going to keep this thing, I'm just going to get some of the colors, and I'm going to just move them around a bit. But I'm going to do this kind of slowly, so I'm just going to like do like that, and then I'm going to change, I'm going to put this up a bit too. Yeah, like that perhaps, I don't know. We're having fun. And then I'm going to copy and paste this one, put it to the next one. I'm gonna try and make it a little bit rounder. This is literally just me like purely just doing whatever I want, which I think is something that you should do in texture packs, because it's more fun doing what you want than what somebody else wants. Maybe I'm gonna add like a little bit of that. Oh, maybe that's too much. I think I want to try and make somebody walk out of it. Copy and paste this one. I'm just gonna randomly place textures. Okay, so here we have some sort of animation. So I'm going to undo the bottom thing, and then I'm going to look at it for a second. It looks quite silly, which is fun. So I am going to save this at the ender pearl, and we're going to see what it looks like. So I'm going to Control-Shift-E and save it as ender pearl, and then export. And then I'm going to go to our pack, textures, and then item. We're going to grab clock.png or whatever, save to our desktop, and rename clock to ender_pearl.png.mcmeta, and then put it into the folder. Now let's go into Minecraft. We in Minecraft, so I'm just gonna look up ender pearl. Now I think my guy goes a little too fast. I think he needs to be a bit slower, which you can also change in the mcmeta file, but I'm not very good at that, so I'm not going to teach you how to do it because I'm not actually that good at it. But if I wanted to fix this, which I'm probably not going to, but I would just make the frames a bit longer, because I think the idea of it's very cute. Just, you know, it's open its eyes for the first time. So finally, looking at all of our animations, we have our diamond with a little just glint over it, our color changing emerald, and our fun little blinking weird ender eye guy who's kind of cute, and I like him. His name's Gerald. Yep. I hope you guys have an amazing day. This was the end of my tutorial, but hope you guys subscribe so you can watch more tutorials in the future, even though people complain a lot about how these come out like every other month, and my apologies for that. I don't know. I'm kind of motivated, so. Oh yeah, well, have a nice day. Love you all. Bye-bye.